Skinny penis.
Hold on. Let me introduce.
Alright.
Hey, y'all, this is Loudmakers. We having a podcast, and these niggas are going at it. I don't know what to do. I was trying to referee and shit, but, like, it's got out of hand.
Well,
let me talk continue.
Referee is easy,
well,
but...
do introductions then?
Yeah. Okay, so, y'all know me. I'm Darius. Go ahead.
It's your boy. No. It's your boy, Nate John.
It's your boy, Picasso. We know who the fuck it is.
It's your boy, Fo, Luke Cage in the house.
Special guest, you know.
Oh, yeah, it's me, Kobe.
All right. First topic, we talking about... What we talking about again?
Whoa, wait, no. We gotta have to restart because we can't just start.
We talking about a lot of things.
We talking about a lot of shit.
Who was the worst Hokage?
So you know,
would Minato beat Itachi?
Let's see.
Luckily, I came prepared. I have a list of topics.
So we got 5 topics. We got 5 genres of topics.
We gotta list them out. We can just have them on site, man.
Well, I was gonna go by one of each topic, but okay.
Well, now let's finish the Naruto one and we can go after.
We already got that one for like an hour now.
Nah,
okay.
bro. The people deserve to hear it.
All right. So
from the top, you know what I'm saying? From the top, right? We gonna go back to the whole Itachi v Minato. My boy folks to believe that Minato has been slept on in terms of capability and ability.
By the way, just letting you know, I'm gonna be refereeing this. So. All right.
I'm editing.
Until I feel like someone has just given up on the argument, I'm gonna stop it. You got 3 seconds to say something else. All right.
So
that clear.
For the sake of the argument,
right.
I will be Team Itachi.
Oh, of course, I'm Minato.
Right.
Kobe, do you want to be on the side of this or not?
No, I don't know.
All right. Darius, you want to be on the side or you just?
I'm gonna chime in every now and then, but I'm editing.
All right. And I'm the ref, so I guess let this begin then.
All right. So if we're going from the top, obviously, if we talk about pure feats or in terms of accomplishments, it's difficult to measure them in that aspect. If you talk about raw intelligence, skills, or ability, what I'm saying? It's pretty equal.
More or less.
So I think, arguably, it comes down to technique. Now, without going into too much of their backstories of what they're capable of and stuff like that, the biggest claim to fame for both characters, Minato having the flying Raijin.
Yeah.
Our boy Itachi, Mangekyo Sharingan, and all the stuff that comes with having the Sharingan. So make your case first.
See, look, what I'm talking about is Minato. He had that run on sight order, and not just like if you catch this dude in the wild. This was during a time of war where he would likely be running into full squadrons of people. And remember, given the rules of Naruto, right? Chunins are like really groups of 2. You get you can have your own squad type stuff. You get a Jonin to supervise whatever it is. Minato was out there as a Jonin, special Jonin, going out by himself versus squadrons of ninjas going out by himself, and they still had a run on sight order. Imagine a squadron of ninjas with 3 Jonins, Chunins, whatever you have, just a squad of ninjas, and it was like, if you see this one singular person, just run away.
Run away!
Just run away. The capabilities of his jutsu, and we didn't even see a lot of Minato. We seen him in flashback. We know a little bit about his back, but we haven't seen every single thing he was capable of.
But that ball.
We didn't even see him use the 9-tailed chakra until he came back reanimated. But he did. But imagine if that was during his lifetime.
Wait. Oh, time out. Wait. To be fair, can he actually use a 9-tailed chakra?
Yes, he would.
Yes.
No, remember, he came into Jersey right before.
That's a different conversation, though. That's a different conversation.
What I'm saying, what y'all didn't hear off the podcast, Nejan himself admitted that when the flying Raijin was invented by Toby Rama, it was specifically made to counter Uchihas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, so hold on before we disrespect my boy Itachi. Off rip. Now, even though Itachi himself did not have a run on order thing, his dad did. And if we are to believe Itachi to be as strong as he is, arguably, when he killed his father didn't fight back, but he did kill pretty much all the men in his entire village, right? Regardless, he killed only the men. Obito killed all the women and children.
He was posing as Madara at the time.
Yeah, he was posing as Madara, and he killed all the children and women. Only woman that was killed by Itachi was his girlfriend, right? Other than that, every like Uchiha that was able, that was a male, he killed.
That's a
Hand to hand. The ones that were like 4, whatever before like the coup, he killed brutally, and everyone that was against it, he gave you a painless death. So literally, the more you were for fuck the Leaf Village, the more pain he inflicted on you, right? So to be all of this, to set the record straight, around this time, Fugaku had the Mangekyo Sharingan.
as well. Yes.
During all of this, Itachi didn't. He didn't use it. So, little to say that obviously he's stronger than his father.
He did have it.
He did? Oh, yeah, he did. See, speak up. But he didn't use it, though. Not during the raid.
He used it against his girlfriend, so he probably did use it. We didn't see him kill every single individual person, but he probably did use it quite a bit.
Arguably.
But
at the end of the day, then, fair. But at the end of the day, we can still equate him as similar strength to his father, who also had a run on sight.
I wish we knew what his father's Mangekyo Sharingan abilities were. But what I'm saying, I will give Itachi some credit, right? And on the side of Minato, I'm not completely, saying Itachi is trash, but I just feel like Minato would win that matchup. And also, I feel like the difference between Itachi and Minato is kind of different because they're two different type of ninja. Like, I feel like Minato's the type of, me versus these people, let me like clear house. Itachi, he was getting missions done underground. Like, Itachi is an infiltration type dude.
Well, see,
his specific abilities allow him to be like, I feel like he's more stealthy.
But his abilities reflect him as a person.
Yes.
Right? So the Tsukiyomi reflects the pacifism in Itachi. Right? It reflects the painlessness he wants to inflict upon his enemies. The whole philosophy of, I want to be strong enough to end things without actual violence. That's what the Tsukiyomi stands for Itachi.
Right.
What's the name of the other move?
Which one? Amaterasu?
Amaterasu stands for the violence, right? That is like that is the path that he does not wish to take, but it's his dichotomy within himself that violence is what's needed, death is what needed, right? In order to do things, right? Now, both of these moves can be done by just making eye contact, right? Most of the people that Itachi kills with the Tsukiyomi and such, he did it out of kindness, arguably. He didn't do it because that's what he was capable. Everyone think that, he's just a genjutsu specialist, which in retrospect, you could argue, right? But he did it to do you a favor.
Hold up. Let me chime in on this, bro. So you're saying he did my boy Kakashi Tsukiyomi out of kindness?
Out of the kindness
stabbing him for 3 days out of kindness.
No. Keep in mind, he could have done so much worse.
He could have done so much worse. And remember, Kakashi and Itachi were Anbu together.
It worked.
They had a connection. He spared him. He kept him there. So that goes. He could have just set him on fire and let him die.
He could have done him like he did his girlfriend and aged him 100 million years
in a second. In a millisecond.
Wait, wow.
She died from the shock of believing how old she was, or something like that.
But let's look at it like this, right? If we go in, both ninja would know about each other, right? So obviously Minato would know what the Uchiha are capable of and their proficiency in genjutsu, right? And it's not like we haven't seen people break out of certain genjutsu before, or we haven't seen people fast enough dodge the Amaterasu. Namely, the fourth Raikage, right? He dodged Sasuke's Amaterasu, but Sasuke also had flame control at the time, so he could control the direction of the Amaterasu. Whereas Itachi could just set it. But we have seen people who are fast enough dodge the Amaterasu. And we can say, based off the fight between A and Minato was obviously much faster than A was able to go. So I believe that Minato would be able to dodge the Amaterasu as well. And unlike Sasuke, Itachi wouldn't be able to control it. He would keep on having to try to set it directly on Minato. So would put him at a disadvantage, just giving Minato speed.
So if we are to go with that, both ninjas are aware with each other.
But why wouldn't they do that?
Okay, then in that instance, if Itachi is aware of the condition needed for the flying Raijin, right? Because remember, in that
a lot
scene,
of people were.
Okay, and fair. But in that scene of him versus the Raikage before he was a Raikage, I think, right? He set up that kunai in advance.
He pulled him out.
Yeah, he set it up in advance.
But he does that in fight.
Yeah,
they meet in the battleground, the first thing he's gonna do is just scatter kunai.
Right? Which this is the one thing, right? Because I would argue that Itachi's also one of the most elusive ninjas.
Of course.
Right? He's one of the hardest to touch. Mainly for his crow technique. You know what I'm saying? He can detach them things from him. Right?
I'm not over here. I'm over there.
Plus, if we are to give him access to his Mangekyo Sharingan,
and that itself has a time limit.
True.
Unlike
but that has chakra he has to spend. Not a lot, mind you. Fair enough. In that
yeah,
regard.
not a lot.
But if he
when your eyes get to
activates,
bleeding,
if he activates his Susanoo, what does Minato do?
and as I say, that's a chakra thing. That Susanoo takes a lot of chakra too. And unfortunately, Itachi does not have the internal Mangekyo Sharingan. So the drawbacks
So
of
you
that.
really think that?
Remember, the Susanoo gets more refined the more times you use it. That's why it starts as the skeletal, or like you might remember some manifest arm, then you get the skeleton, then you get the muscles, then every time you use
and
it.
also the more you use it.
And that's why Itachi was able to, complete the half body before his death. Because the amount of times he would need to use it for it to be full Susanoo, he would have went blind far, far long ago if he was to use it that many times. And tandem with his other abilities, which drain chakra. We know he using that Amaterasu for 4 seconds max, and his eyes is bleeding.
So real quick, okay, this brings up an excellent question then. Which Minato? At what point are we talking about Minato? And because we have reanimated Itachi and we have reanimated Minato.
Wait, hold on.
Both of these individuals reanimated had
that would be a stalemate.
infinite chakra.
Time out. Wait.
They would have died.
But
let's
so we're talking about before they died. Before they died.
Right.
So that means off rip, Minato would not have the Nine Tails chakra.
No, he wouldn't.
It would just be him, and it'd be just Minato before he died.
The only thing Nine Tails got was that giant ass finger in his ha!
Bro.
Never mind. Moving on.
That was a fumble. Because all he had to do was put a mark on baby Naruto. Literally. When he did that thing, when he took the bombs off, he had Naruto in his hands multiple times before that even happened. All he had to do was teleport Naruto somewhere else at any time.
So real quick, I want to set a precedent real fast.
Okay, listen.
Off rip, I think both Minato and Itachi are easily top 10.
Oh yeah.
Duh. I think that's obvious.
I just wanted to set a precedent. That's all.
I think that was obvious.
Like if we say all them mega ninja gods and
because think about this way, right?
They're only second, arguably, to like the main antagonist and the two protagonists.
Yes, without including Sasuke and fucking Naruto. Without including those two, because obviously number
they
one,
were blessed by literal
Madara,
gods.
Hashirama.
Hashirama is. I put Hashirama over Madara.
Whoa.
I do too.
He lost. You know what? It's canon. You know what? I agree with that.
It's canon. They said Hashirama, and they said it's not even close. They said Loki, it wasn't even close.
I ain't gonna lie.
They said that too. They're like,
He folded Madara so many times. That nigga Madara kept getting so many cheap ass power ups. That boy Hashirama kept.
No, bro. It got to the point where Madara said, if you can't beat him, join him.
No, really,
I ain't gonna lie. Let me chime in on this, bro. My boy Hashirama.
They didn't call him the god of Shinobi for no fucking reason.
They literally called this nigga the god of Shinobi, bro. Madara himself was like, hey, bro, the only one that could go toe-to-toe with me was Hashirama.
And he wasn't toe-to-toe. You lost every fight.
You lost every time. At that point, nigga just stronger than you. It was not close.
You came back.
It's not like I was going 1 for 1.
Madara
He was
kept
beating you every time. No, literally, their first fight, right? All Madara had was like his regular Mangekyo Sharingan. Blase, he lost. That nigga went to go train and shit. He took his brother's eyes and shit.
It turned out to get your Sharingan.
No, it didn't.
Only one person ever has got that in Naruto, and that's Sasuke.
Bro, and he didn't even stop there.
100 years
he
later.
said, let me go get the strongest tailed beast, possess it, and then dress that bitch in Susanoo armor.
A full Susanoo armor.
And he still
lost. So a nigga who had this power from the jump. So think about how this nigga was getting. Think about how Madara was getting fucking washed before he acquired all that power.
Literally, Nine Tails.
My nigga Hashirama was so
the
strong.
Nine Tails is literally stronger
Sage
than
Art,
all
Summit,
the other
Enlightenment, 2,000 hands.
Bro.
Nine Tails is literally stronger than all the others combined. And
So
he
much
still lost.
his Jinchuriki doesn't even get a regular tail beast information. It's straight chakra. I'm talking about my Hashirama in Sage mode, 2,000 hands, Wood Style Summit, Enlightenment. Yeah. Come on.
Bro, my nigga Hashirama was so strong, bro. He didn't even have to weave signs.
Look, he don't got his wooden golem yet, or wood dragon. He's fighting them niggas with forced immersion. Come on.
This
Just as a prerequisite right now, we are running clips as well as we're talking about this, so we're actually like actively watching clips of their feats.
Yeah, like when I edit the video, I'm gonna put the clips there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of clips.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of clips.
Look at this cheat ass nigga using Izunami, bro.
Bro, he has ninja tools. That big ass Bancho fan.
But hold on, to be fair though, look at all the weapons he got. He's not using all of them per se.
Because look at him, bro. He can't even keep up. He can't even keep up. That looks familiar. Sasuke versus Killer Bee.
Oh shit.
That looks familiar. When his eyes can't keep up no longer with all the movement going on.
Motherfucker was like, yeah.
And people try to say that Killer Bee lost that fight. No shot.
Bitch, what?
How shot?
That shit wasn't even
I don't know.
one-on-one.
I don't think this.
It wasn't even one-on-one.
Was they meeting in the back alley or something?
This nigga pulled out the pad and started
wait,
writing
wait,
lines.
wait.
Nigga said you inspired me.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Okay, I have another
No. Wait. Hold your thought. Let's be very clear about something. Very fucking clear about something. That nigga Sasuke had to take a break just to fight that nigga again.
Get in the bite.
Wait, didn't it happen like 3 fucking times?
Let me get a bite. Yeah, he's trying to bite on Karen. You know what I
He took a break 3 fucking times just to fight this nigga, bro.
Look how fast this dude is moving. Get out of here,
Bro, Killer Bee was nice, bro. This nigga, bro, Sasuke thought he was hot shit because he could
Speaking-
stream his chakra.
okay.
Come to think about
Hate
it,
that
Killer
shit.
Bee can do it too. And
So to wrap up the Itachi versus Minato,
Yeah.
I think it really is like what happens first. You could argue that Minato probably tags him first, but I feel like if they're aware of each other, I feel
I
like.
feel like Minato himself is too skilled to let himself fall into that.
But
And we have-
I would argue with you that he would, right? That he probably wouldn't fall under Tsukuyomi. I will agree with you in that, right? However, I don't see him being able to tag Itachi if he knows about the flying Raijin.
I feel like just because the same way Tsukuyomi is a thing you can know about and you can still fall on it. I feel like the nature of the flying Raijin and his versatility is that you can know it's coming, but there's just little you can do to stop it. If he's able to spread enough kunai, once you're gonna just the flow of battle, you're gonna be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Eventually, you could be right next to a kunai, and you might even think that this dude's about to pop at this kunai to my left, and he don't even do that. He's just rushing from the fight. Keep in mind, just because let's look at JJK, right? Boogie Woogie. Just because the nigga clap doesn't mean he's gonna teleport.
Yeah.
So, and just because I clap doesn't mean I'm not gonna teleport. It's just too many variabilities that they can be added to that situation that Itachi would very quickly get outpaced by the nature of the flying Raijin. And that's just how I feel about it. And let's say he doesn't tag, he gonna tag something around the area. Because remember, he doesn't even have to tag Itachi. He gonna tag like different.
He can
inanimate
argue
objects.
he
can throw his kunai and then also tag different objects that his kunai. You know what I'm saying? So he can just be everywhere at once. And Itachi will never know where this dude is gonna be until he's right behind him. And at that point, the fight is over.
Alright, so
do we have a verdict?
do we have a verdict?
I feel like Minato wins. Like I said,
Oh, goddamn.
I feel like Minato wins.
I think the 3 bystanders had to decide this then. So, Kobe, you got a decision on this from the arguments they have been said?
Wait, but Minato did demonstrate Sage Mode.
Oh.
Wasn't that after he died?
That was after.
It was after he died, but if he didn't know how to do it, he wouldn't be able to do it even after he was reanimated. He knew how to do
that'd be
it.
fair
Oh, wait a minute. We already decided that it was when they were alive.
Yes.
When they're dead.
And
we're bringing the dead part. Then that's a whole
He did use it. He did use it when he was alive.
I ain't gonna lie. He can use it, but he has stated himself that he's not as great at using
That doesn't
it.
matter. Neither was
Perfect
Jiraiya.
sage. Well, but Jiraiya was near perfect sage.
No, Jiraiya looked like a frog. Minato didn't.
No. So
Minato didn't.
no. Even Jiraiya in his ugly form was arguably still a perfect sage.
No, he was arguably not a perfect sage.
No, to be able to do it regardless, to make the transformation is a nearly perfected.
Nearly perfected.
Yeah.
But I would say that obviously
I wouldn't call it
Naruto had
perfect.
the best control of it, but then also Minato had more control over Jiraiya.
There's also the fact that some people consider, well, I think it's true, that Toad Sage is actually the easiest one to learn.
It might be because the toes are just more benevolent.
That, and they have a specific serum to help you learn it.
Yeah.
The oil.
Because like you look at fucking
Like, think about it. We don't have any
Look at-
perfect snake sages. We don't have any perfect slug sages.
I mean, since we came
Ew.
to
Who's
Boruto, I think
the ball of
Mitsuki
slugs?
is a-
Ew.
The slug is arguably stronger than the toad.
It's
That's
my
fine.
turn to
That's
regeneration.
cool,
It's my
but-
turn. But remember,
It took 2 people to summon Lady Katsuyu.
That's fine. That is perfectly fine.
Wait,
but
but
think
what's
about
called-
And that was
Tsunade.
Sakura and Tsunade.
Tsunade, no, Sakura summoned that shit by herself.
No, they summoned it together in the war, the full form of her, all of her, because you can summon parts of her.
Yeah.
They summoned the full
She
one
did.
Look,
together.
right. Look, regardless how powerful it is, this is just me personally. Think about it this way, my guy. Would you want? All right, out of all 3, which one would you summon? The snake, the slug, or the toad?
Okay.
The snake.
So they say Minato, interestingly
Damn.
enough, Minato was also a perfect sage, signified by the mark on his eye. However, Minato's fights ended so fast he never had the chance to enter the stage.